You guys, welcome back to Precision Rifle Network. Joel here. Today is all about Kovix suppressors. Let's get into it. .6.5 Creed, 8-inch can. .6.5 Creed, 6-inch can. This is 5.56 with the 6-inch 5.56 can. And lastly, we've got the 22 long rifle here. This is with SK match. This is subsonic ammo. We'll see if we get that first round pop. No first round pop that time, and obviously very fun and quiet. All right, I'm gonna give you just a little bit of a disclaimer here at the start because some people accuse me of being a shill. Apparently I'm too nice about products and I don't ever say negative things. I guess I'm apologizing for being a nice guy. This is what it's come down to. But by way of disclaimer, Kovix did send me these cans for review. I don't get to keep them. No money was exchanged in terms of a review or anything like that. I have not received any money or compensation for this review in any way, shape, or form. I do personally know the engineer who designed the cans. That's the connection. But outside of that, you should be able to trust that my review is truthful and accurate to the best of my ability. All right, guys, the first and possibly most important thing about Kovix suppressors is that they're entirely made in the United States. This is an American-made product from an American-made company. They are trying to only partner with American companies in the design and construction of their cans. Any rifles that you see on their page are like a Weatherby or something like that. American-made products. They're very proud of that, and they want that to be kind of first and foremost. These are primarily made for discerning hunters and sportsmen, people who care about precision, people who are carrying gear in the backcountry, like out here in the middle of the Black Hills like I am. You want lighter weight, and so these suppressors are all made out of titanium, 100% made out of titanium, with the exception of the hub mount, of course, but the cans themselves, the baffles, everything is titanium, and that's really important detail because ounces equal pounds, pounds equal pain. We've all heard that. And these cans are all some of the lightest in the industry. So these cans have all been laser welded together. There's no end cap on them, which is maybe my one downside right here at the front. I personally want a removable end cap because then I can put, you know, brakes and things like that, thread in brakes and things like that up on the front. You don't get a threaded end cap on the Kovix suppressors, so that's my main negative so far with these cans. But it is a beautiful design. It looks really nice. You've got the logo actually kind of like engraved up on the front, and it's a super sweet look, and it's solidly built. One thing I will tell you about the construction, the internals that I do like, is that the baffles were actually thread in and then they are welded in. So there's really like zero chance that these things are gonna, you know, come loose or under pressure or whatever it might be. They're rated to extreme pressures with extreme calibers. The designers tested this thing thoroughly with something like a short-barreled 300 rum to make sure that the pressures and these things could just withstand all the abuse. I kind of breezed over it, but the hub compatibility is pretty key. Many suppressors in the industry have the hub mount design, which is nice because you can grab different hubs for your different rifles and just be able to take the cans off of the rifles and thread them on to other ones. So obviously you can just take your can off of the hub mount, that's the beauty of this, and swap it to another rifle if you want, say, a shorter one. This is a shorter 30 cal, this is the longer 7/8 inch. I think this is a 6 inch, this is an 8 inch. Both of these are 30 cals, and you can just swap these around if you have the different hubs. And what's cool is that each of these suppressors ships with 2 different thread pattern on the hub. You know, your 5/8 24 and your 1/2 28 threading, so you can put it on any kind of rifle that you know, has those kinds of threads. Okay, so let's just run down the family here. These are all in their Timberline family, the Titanium Timberline family of suppressors. They're starting there because that's the customer base they're going for, the hunters, the sportsmen. You absolutely could run one of these cans in PRS or anything you might want, but they're geared mostly towards your lightweight hunting rifles, your high-end hunting rifles, your discerning sportsmen. They're not trying to cut costs here at Kovix, is my understanding. These are not going to be the lowest priced suppressors on the market, but they're going to be some of the highest quality. So you can have high quality and usually not low price at the same time. If you want a high quality American made full titanium can, you're going to pay a little bit extra for it. The family goes from the big 30 cal here, which is an 8 inch 30 cal can. You've got the 6 inch 30 cal can. We've got a 6 inch 5.56 can, and then we've also got a little 22 LR can right here. Now the 22 LR can does have a threaded end cap on it, and you know, it can be cleaned up and all those kinds of things. Anyway, the 22 can here is for, you know, your 22 LR pistols or your 22 LR rifles. I've been very impressed with this. I will say the 22 LR can generally has a first round pop for me. Not that that's a bad thing, it's just something to know, is that even with subsonic ammo, I usually get a first round pop out of this can. I haven't noticed it with any of the others, but this guy usually has it. I've shot all of these now for several months, and I can tell you they do not hurt accuracy in any way. Definitely help with the precision. If you're not familiar with that concept, typically when you add a suppressor to the end of a rifle, your groups will get tighter, not wider. Another thing that is kind of important to note is that these are not full auto rated. Of course, they probably can take the abuse, but they're not rated for full auto sustained fire. These are titanium lightweight hunting and sporting cans. They are not made for those kind of, you know, hard use, full auto sustained strings of fire. Just need to throw that out there so that you know what you're getting with it. Okay, next up is just a quick word about decibel rating, okay? I actually don't have the exact decibel rating on these. They're industry standard. They definitely quiet down your shots. I don't know that they're absolutely the quietest can on the market. That's not the claim that Kovix is making. They're making very tough, you know, lightweight titanium American-made cans. Nowhere in their advertising does it say we're the quietest can. If 1 or 2 decibels is that important to you, then maybe this isn't the can for you. These are very quiet. I have no issues with any of these not wearing hearing protection, with the exception of the short can on this 6.5 PRC. I definitely still want some hearing protection, even with my ears that are not so great anymore. That's still a little bit sharp. But, you know, 6.5 Creed with the full-size 30 cal can, no issues whatsoever. Don't need hearing protection. Obviously, a 22 long rifle, don't need hearing protection. The 5.56 can on a standard AR, don't need hearing protection. And you can even stand it with the 6.5 PRC with the short can here. Just got to understand it's going to be a little poppy. It's doable, right? You're taking 1 shot, maybe 2 shots at an animal. It's not sustained. You just know that going into it. Also, for the shots that you've been seeing on camera and what the kind of the opening montage of shots, there's no way for me to measure accurately the decibel rating of these cans, right? It's very elaborate setups with meters that cost almost $5,000 a piece to accurately test the decibel rating of cans. I don't have access to those things. I'm not buying it just for one video. So what you've been hearing is the rifles being fired within, say, 5 or 6 feet of the microphone on the camera. It is a very good microphone, and it doesn't clip out the high end and anything like that. So what you're hearing on camera is the best representation that I can give you for the decibels of the cans, or how they sound out in the wild. All right, so in summary, what you need to understand about the cans is they are 100% American made, by Americans, for Americans, in America, and they are 100% titanium laser welded cans. They're extremely tough, extremely durable, and extremely lightweight. And if you are a discerning marksman or hunter, backcountry hunter, you're trying to save ounces and you still want great can with great accuracy and really good hearing protection, this is probably a good option for you. It's definitely worth checking out. I know right now, during the launch of my video and their own videos, they are kind of waiving the $200 tax stamp up through like January or whatever. If you're not familiar with the legislation that kind of went through, the $200 tax stamp was done away with, but it doesn't kick in until January. So that's causing some people to go, well, I'm just going to wait to buy my can until then. Well, Kovix is doing a deal where if you buy it right now, you get kind of a waiver of that $200. So you can get your can now and not have to worry about paying that $200 tax stamp now. Guys, hit that subscribe button for me if you haven't already, and do me a favor, just leave like a little thumbs up down in the comments section or something. The YouTube algorithm rewards interaction in those comments. So if you like the video, if you just post a little comment like thumbs up or a smiley face emoji or something, that's all engagement. YouTube likes that, and I'm still trying to grow this YouTube channel. So really would love to have your help over there. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more great videos from Precision Rifle Network.